setters talaga usually gets most of the sets. As you see, the starters for both teams, still similar starters for Adamson and also for FEU. Sayang nga lang, sabi ni Coach Ness talaga, if 100% lang daw itong si Shira, they could have easily made it to the top 4.
I believe so as well. Because especially going into next season, now if FEU can forget about this season, going into next season, they're going to be a formidable team. More experience under the belt of Dianco, of Eulalio, also April Jose, the setter. I mean, and 100% Nasi Shara Gonzalez, they are going to be solid.
And you have to remember, they also missed the service of Morada, who has 2 more playing years.
If she decides to come back next year. For those of you who are not aware of the reason, according to Athletics Director Mark Molina of FEU, Micah Moradas decided to focus on her studies. That's why she skipped playing for the volleyball team this season.
Well, remember, Tabaquero also did that last year, and when she returned, she even got better. So let's see if Morada can do the same Tabaquero move.
Yeah. Fingers crossed for FEU fans. Solid hit by Zapata going cross court. Now Adamson, they did not, like we talked about in the pregame, they did not get totally better, but they did not also fall behind despite losing some key players in the offseason.
Yeah, they just stayed in the middle of the pack, but now in the Final Four, let's see. May meron din kasing ganyan, ano? Just in sa volleyball program nila, ito pa lang yung peak nila. So let's see if they can be a better team come semi-final round. Again, yung focus nila, getting that 3rd spot, the 3rd place finish in the elimination round.
Which is right now being held by Ateneo at 9-4. Adamson is at 8-5. The big hole left by Laguiles has been filled up more than enough by the excellent play of Pao Soriano.
Oh, definitely, and also the rookie Zapanta doing well on her first year.
Powerful exchange by both teams. That went a little short, weakened by the block, but it favored Angela Benting and the Lady Falcons. Take a look here. Everybody was prepared. They all backed up. But when the ball fell short, it scored the point for Adamson.
You know, it also hit the tape of the net. And Bianco, if one more step closer, she could have gotten that reception.
One thing we can also focus on in this match, Mosey, is the fact that we have 2 of the best setters in the league going at it. As you take a look at that lucky shot from Jeremy Viva, she's laughing all the way. She can't even believe her luck right now. Take a look here. She gets blocked. It falls back into her lap. She just punches it up, and it lands inbound on the court of Adamson.
Benting let it go. Let it go. Akala niya outside them. Mukhang may guardian angel pa dun si Jeremy Vivas.
You know, part of the points that Pao Soriano awarded the number 2 best spiker so far in the standings and the best scorer, Jeremy Vivas, part of their magnificent moves can be credited to these amazing setters. I was talking about the top 2 setters of the league right now. Number 1 is April Jose. Right behind her at number 2 is Lourdes Patilano.
That's right, Patilano. You know, we've seen her just this season, and yet she's setting this way. What an advantage for, of course, for Coach Dulce. Probably yun din the reason why they're in the top 4. We've noticed na hindi nga sila ganun ka-dominant when you see them play, but yung steadiness naman of the Lady Falcons made them go in the Final Four.
You know, a good setter makes your offense that much more efficient. And take a look at the Patilano-Kinlog combination at the block. They're not the tallest of blockers, but they do the job well.
Your timing is so crucial when you're at the net. It's reading your opponent well.
Janko spanking that one and getting the point for FEU.
Benting a bit slow for that pancake.
4 serving 7. One of the blossoming players of Far Eastern University, Monique Tianco. Steep serve. Patilano setting it up for Bustillo, the outside hitter. Capana going cross court, picked up by Benting. Here comes Bustillo to try again.
FEU trying a lot of combination plays.
Castillo with the off-speed hit. And that point takes us to the first timeout of set number 1. 8-4, Adamson on top by 4. Maria Lourdes Patilano serving for Adamson. Cabanag has really improved as a middle hitter for FEU. And for more about FEU, let's send it over to Erin Torrejon.
With the Final Four no longer a prospect for these Lady Tamaraws, expect to see the girls play with nothing to lose, which means the Lady Falcons have to watch out because these girls are not going to relax and take the remaining games for granted. Which is why also before the game, Coach Ness told the girls to keep playing their best in order to give a good fight. Their focus for today's game is to strengthen their service, improve their reception, and stop all of the Lady Falcons' leading scorers, specifically Angela Binting. Lastly, Coach Ness pointed out to the Lady Tamaraws that as long as we have organized blocks, we have a good chance. Eric and Mosey.
Thank you, Erin. We got a timeout on the floor. Let's send it over to FEU.
Sino kukuha nun? Nag-aasahan kayo eh. Ayaw nyo lumapit sa bola eh. Ikaw na ang pinakamalapit. Ikaw naman ang dapat kukuha talaga. Ayaw mo humakbang. Ugaling-ugali mo na yan eh. Lagi mo naman pinapractice yung pwesto na yun, pagdidepensa, tsaka magda-drop ball doon. Ba't hindi mo ginagawa sa laro? April. Ayaw mo na. Huwag ka, ano? Ayaw na rin ito.
April Jose hearing it from Coach Ness Mamilar. The ball fell right in front of her, and Coach Ness just asking, make a move, do something about it. Otherwise, there are a lot of reserve setters I can put in there. Just the type of thing you want to hear from Coach Ness, to keep the players focused on the game, because this might be a non-bearing game for them, but you want them to exit the season on a high.
That is so correct. That this is the time where you want the players to be polished kasi game situation. So, iba kasi pag practice in game situation, this is the time to correct those little mistakes. And especially itong si April Jose. Of course, she's the leader, yung point guard of the team, di ba? She's the coach inside the court. So, kailangan yung mga little things na yan, ma-improve ni April Jose.
Well, she set it up very nicely for Peñaranda here, who scores the point against Adamson. Now, going back to that report by Erin Torrejon, Mosey, how important is it, how much of a relief is it to play without pressure, to play knowing that you don't necessarily have to win it, but you just have to play your best?
Well, sometimes, di ba, it can go both ways. Yung mga players yun na nothing to lose, yung mga teams na nothing to lose, minsan yan yung nakakatakot kalabanin. Kasi, tama yun, no pressure. But, at the same time, minsan, mindset din na players mo yan. If they pressure themselves, wala rin mangyayari. So, talaga yung nasa coach yan, laking bagay ng motivation ng isang coach sa team.
6 serving 12.
Iba pagka yung mindset mo, even if you tell your players kasi, wala na, okay na, nothing to lose. But iba-ibang mindset 6 different minds inside.
And you got to get them all on the same page.
Cohesively, you have to talagang work them out. Kaya hirap maging coach.
Given the chance, would you?
Siguro when I'm a bit older. Not that I'm young, but...
you need the patience of a more mature person, is that what you're saying? Because
coaching really needs time. Hindi naman natatapos sa 2 hours ang practice. So siguro if I can dedicate a lot of my time to coaching, maybe I will. Saan pa ako madaming anak na binabatin?
Take a look at the Eulalio dump. She touched the net. That's a net violation against FEU. That is why